Hey everybody, welcome back to Sharon's Nail Boutique. I'm your host Sharon, and this is the set that we're doing here today. This is hot, switching to cold, and this is Buranos Temperature Changing Polygel Kit. So I'm just opening up this kit today with you guys, just sharing with you really quick. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell so you could be reminded every time I upload. I know it's so repetitive, guys. It's like the same thing every time. And of course, I've already swatched these out for you, so you guys get these beautiful, beautiful colors in this kit. Colors 1 through 8. Starting off with this gorgeous yellow color that shifts to like a gorgeous baby yellow. Then you get an orange that shifts to like this really cool light creamy orange. The red goes to like a light pink. That beautiful magenta color goes to like a light nudish pink. The beautiful periwinkle goes to like a light pink color. That teal goes to like a lighter blue. The grape goes to a blue. And the burgundy, number 8, goes to like a lighter pinkish nude. So then you get this 50 pack of the plastic see-through nail forms. You get 12 sizes of their dual forms, and you get the full well tips in this kit, which is awesome for doing the lazy girl method. And I actually like the quality of these full well tips, and I've actually heard that Burano has started putting actual tips in their kits. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I'm actually gonna find out on my own. So I actually like their dual forms because they're more of like the straighter, flatter ones. They're not like so curved. You get a 100/180 grit nail file. You get the synthetic nail brush. You get your standard picker and brush on the other side. Now, then you get your standard top coat LED UV. Now, if you have a UV lamp, 2 minutes. If you have a hybrid, 60 seconds or 30 seconds, depending on the wattage. Now, here's all your bottles. I'm just going in with my OPI Band-Aid before we do our design. And this is their 3-in-1 base coat, and I freaking love this stuff. It's so good for using for stones, to glue on tips. Let me tell you something. I use this 3-in-1 to glue on these tips that I used all the way back in the Eberrouge set. Okay, and I still have the same tips on, and I used them. I glued them on using the base gel. Let me just tell you guys, using base gel to glue on tips, I think is actually better than using the nail glue itself. But we'll be able to see for sure, because I did order McCart's 40 pack of nail glue. So we'll see for sure if glue works better or the base gel works better. In my opinion, I feel like the base gel works better. Way less lifting. It lasts way longer. I mean, as you can see, there's no lifting on these tips. Right, guys? So I'm just doing long, even strokes of this base gel, just making sure to coat the entirety of the nail. Don't put too much product. The reason why you see me going back in my bottle is because I had some dry patches and I needed to put some product on those parts of the nail. So I just went back up to the cuticle area and started doing the strokes again. Then I'll work my way to the next nail and so on and so forth. You know, if you're noticing that my nails look a bit messy, it's because they are. I did not finish my prep. I did not finish filing like the grow out into the nail plate. So yes, it does look messy, and I might even have some staining on my nail plate when I go to take them off. But I really want to get these videos out to you guys and show you the products that I have so that I can unbox them and get them out to you guys and share my true honest opinion with you all. So after I've done that, I cure it for 60 seconds, and then I start going in with my orange on my thumb, and I'm doing an ombre on this nail. I'm using the orange and the red, doing an ombre, and I'm just making sure to, you know, saturate my brush. I always like to use a lot of liquid. I know that can interfere with the way some products work. I don't ever have any issues with it. If I do, I just, you know, dry out my brush and start over. But polygel is good like that. Like, it's not the type of product that gets ruined very easily. You can pretty much put this through the ringer and it'll still work. So Yep, just making sure that this is patted out side to side, nice and evenly. And that's the great part about polygel, guys, is you have forever and a day to get it perfect until you put it in the lamp and then, you know, cure it. So literally there's like really no excuse for having messed up polygel nails, because you have all that time to perfect your shape and all that. So unless you're, you know, you're just starting out and you're not really good at, you know, shaping or filing yet, you know, and with time, that comes with time, guys. So do not, you know, get down on yourself. It's actually easier to learn, I think, doing polygel nails than starting off with acrylic. I started off with acrylic and I jumped right in with both feet, starting ombres, doing reverse Frenches. Like, I started with the hard stuff first and then went to the easier stuff last. Now they probably want you to learn the other way around. However, I'm the type of person where I like to take everything on at once, and then I wonder why I'm so overwhelmed. So yeah, guys, you don't want to be doing that. So take it from me, just try one thing at a time and then work your way to the next design or whatever you want to learn. Do not take it all on at once. I mean, unless you're good at handling stress and, you know, you don't get overwhelmed too easily. I'm the type of person where I can like handle a lot of stress. So that's probably why I tend to take on so many things at once, you know. I'm just used to like a lot of things going on in my life at once. So I come from a very loud family. I come from a big family. I have 3 kids myself. I'm a grandmother now. So I come from a loud, big family. So I'm used to having to like compete for attention, you know, from my parent. Like, there were 7 of us growing up. So, you know, we were all competing for our parents' attention. But you could imagine 7 of us with 2 parents. So that's 9 people growing up in a 3-bedroom apartment. So yeah, fun. So I'm just going in with this next bead, guys, at that blend area. Well, the natural free edge area. I like to bring my color up to that part when I do ombres so that I don't have like a dramatic shift between the colors. So I'm just making sure that that's blended into that next bead properly and it looks nice and tapered and even and thin the way it should be. And then when I'm done blending that into the free edge, I will reverse my brush, turn it around, and start blending the opposite side of the bead back into like towards the cuticle area, so that when we come in with the red, it's not a big jump or leap into that bead, you know, like a big like bump. You don't want it like that. You see how I wait till my brush like dries out from the liquid and then I start blending? That is like the best way to blend polygel, guys. Don't forget about this method because it works wonders. Wait till your brush dries out and then blend it. So good. It works so good that way. Trust me. And if you want your polygel to move nicely, saturate your brush and then start pulling on it, and it just flows so nicely. I'm gonna cure that and then I'll come back, guys, and start doing the beads of the red. See how it changes to that warm, creamy, like a whitish orangey color? So that's what it looks like when it's warm. Now we're gonna go in with the red, start building that up. This is gonna be our like strength point right there, and then we'll come in with our cuticle bead over the top of that, and yeah, just start building our product up. You see how it's already shifting to that warm color? And so I'm just starting to blend that now into the orange. And this is already shifting on its own before I even put it in the lamp. So you could already get an idea of the color. It's like that light pink. I really like how polygel works too. I don't know, something about polygel for me, it's just so much better than like gel and acrylic. I just really, really love this stuff. I really do. Whoever came up with the idea is a genius. It probably was an accident, really. That's how most great things are discovered. By accident, of course. So I'm just, working that into the sides there, making sure that they're tapered, of course. And, blending the rest of that into our bead. Just making sure that our product is nice and flush to that back cuticle wall area. And then we'll pull, the rest of that downward. Just making sure that it's nice and neat up there, It's tucked appropriately and it looks perfect, as perfect can be. And then just, working the rest of that downward. And when I'm happy with it, I'll, pop it in the lamp to cure. And if I need to, I'll add more, but I didn't need to. So we're gonna move on to the next nail, which is a full nail of this beautiful, gorgeous yellow. And you see what I mean by how, like, I push it up into place. And then when I wanna start, like, pulling downward, I'll wet my brush and watch how I get that going. See how I'm pulling, like, pushing it up into place, and then I'm using my brush on particular angles to get this built properly. You see how I'm like pulling, stroking down, shifting my brush, turning it on certain angles. You see that? How it's like I got my brush on its side, but I have it like on a 45-degree angle. That's helping build my structure properly. And then whatever I have left, I pull off and I stick up at that cuticle area, which obviously makes sense, right? Perfect sense. So now that we have the bottom portion of our nail built, this is where we stick the rest of the bead. So we have no waste. And watch how I'm building this, guys. You see how I'm like making sure that my brush is like tucked behind that bead, like creating that natural barrier between the wall and the bead of product. That's precisely what you want to do every time. I'm just making sure that there's nothing touching the skin. Want it to be as thin as possible around those edges, so you don't have like big bulk of product around those thin areas, because that wouldn't work. So now we're just pulling the rest of that downward. Once that most of that portion is up in the cuticle area, you don't want to pull a lot of that down. You just want to work on the bottom portion of that bead and pull the bottom portion of it into place, not like up above a certain part, because you want the cuticle bead to stay put. You want that shape to be a little bit thicker up in that area. We will come back in actually with another bead in the cuticle area to build it up a little bit more, because we do need a little more strength. However, we don't need a lot. So really just, a learning tool. So, and polygel is like really, really soft, guys. So you should have easy enough time pulling off excess and filing your product and getting it into shape nicely. So it shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds and I'll come back in with another cuticle bead before I end up encapsulating it at the very end. which I ended up using Burano's, just a clear from the Burano glitter kit to encapsulate. So I did use the Burano clear, just in case you guys are wondering. I don't know why I didn't get that recorded, me encapsulating. I thought I had it, but apparently not. So I'm just sharing with you now. I'm going in with another cuticle bead on this nail, and that is to build it up. So you need some sort of apex here. The longer the nails are, the higher the apex needs to be. And that is for strength, so that your nail is not collapsing and breaking and snapping. So I like to look at my nail from all angles so that I can see it's being, you know, built properly. Just finished working that downward, and I'm happy. I'll cure it, and then we'll move on to our vertical ombre, and we do our vertical ombre using that beautiful periwinkle color and that really pretty pink magenta color. Excited about this. So pretty. It's actually pretty easy to do vertical ombres using polygel, guys. Just really pay attention to how I'm pushing this up on either side and working that up into the cuticle area. So much easier than using acrylic. Acrylic is a lot more messy and is a lot harder because it dries quicker. So you guys got to give yourself some credit, really, because doing nails is not easy. It really isn't. People that think doing nails is easy, they really have no idea. They have not done it, most of them. And if they have and they're still saying that, then they're just full of themselves at that point, honestly. Because art is not easy to learn. You either can do it or you can't. I mean, some people are just natural artists. Like, just like other people are natural architects or natural dancers or natural writers. Like, everyone has their gift. For me, I've always been a natural artist, entertainer. Like, I've always been in that realm. Like, I've always wanted to be an actress. I've always wanted to be someone who was in front of the camera entertaining people. I've always wanted that. It's always been my dream to be on TV and to make people laugh and stuff like that. I don't know why. I almost kind of feel like maybe I had a past life and did it. I just don't know. But every time I have dreams like of similar things, it's always like in the like flapper girl era, like 30s, 40s, or 20s or 30s era. And I'm an actress in this era, and I just feel so real. When I wake up, I'm like almost like in tears because it felt so real. Like, my life felt so real in that dream that when I wake up, I almost feel like I'm in a different life. Like, that's how eerie it is. But it kind of makes you feel like, you know, maybe past lives do really exist. Like, maybe reincarnation is real. Like, because where do all these memories or dreams come from? If none of it actually happened, where would you get the ideas in your head from? Like, where would the picture come from? Where would the ideas and the memories come from? You know what I mean? It's just weird, super weird. But I don't know. If anyone else out there is kind of like into similar things in regard to reincarnation, past lives, stuff like that, let me know in the comments below, because that's like one of my interests, another one of my interests. I was actually thinking of actually starting a channel more so for that aspect of my life. If anyone else on here is interested in like that type of stuff, like tarot cards and readings and stuff like that, I mean, I'm not talking about any type of Satanism or anything like that, so don't be getting no crazy ideas. I'm just talking about, you know, communicating with the other side, like mediumship, stuff like that. I'm not talking about anything crazy, evil, or anything like that. So, kind of getting off the topic of nails, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a lot of interest. I don't just, you know, I don't just do nails. There's a lot of things that I like to do. So, when you get a chance, I'm actually on TikTok now under Sharon's Nail Boutique. So when you get a chance, if you'd go over there and follow me at Sharon's Nail Boutique on TikTok, I would greatly appreciate it. You see a little bit more of like my life with my dog, and just I like to joke around and just make stupid videos, like random videos about Lily, my dog, or just random videos about my nails, just, you know, silly stuff. So when you get a chance, if you'd head over there and follow me, I would greatly appreciate that. And if you want, you guys can leave your info in the comments below, and I will go and follow you guys on whatever social medias you would like me to. I always show love back to my supporters, always. So do not ever feel like, you know, oh, Sharon doesn't follow us back, she's not a good friend. Not true. I will always follow people back that support me. Even people that don't support me, I follow and support. So please do not hesitate to hit that subscribe. You definitely will not regret it. I have a huge giveaway coming up at 1,000 subbies, guys. So stay tuned for that, because that's coming up slowly but surely. It is right around the corner. So we're just finishing this vertical ombre by putting our last color up there, filling that in and completing that up at the cuticle area, because it definitely needed some more color. So you see how I've been building this up, guys, and just blending, you know, the middle part and getting that up into shape. You see that? It's not hard at all. Not difficult at all, guys. Like, it does not need to be difficult. So you can really make really pretty sets with these polygels. So I finish up my vertical ombre here, you know, blending the middle and stuff like that, and then I will move on to my ring finger, which is gonna be a full finger, or no, my ring finger is gonna be the pop art design thing with the swirl. I'm gonna do the teal swirl down the center of my nail, and then we'll do 2 different colors on either side of that. So it's like color blocking, but I see it more as like pop artish because of the design. Kind of reminds me a lot of like Saved by the Bell type of stuff. So I don't know where I got the idea. I just kind of got the idea last second. So just making sure it's nice and tapered at the cuticle, and then I'm kind of going in to like shape it with my brush now. Always use your brush and the tip of your brush to shape your product. Or if you have like a tool you could use, you could do that. But yeah, lots of fun doing color blocking with polygel. It really is. It's a lot of fun. Really good effect too. You see how it's already shifting to its warm color? Isn't that pretty? I love this teal color. It's really nice. I'm just making sure that that is in a nice curve. So I needed a little bit more product up at that cuticle area, so I add a little bit more up there. I think I take like the excess and just add it up there and just kind of fill that in and fix that and then cure it. And then I'll come in with that like periwinkle color on the right side of it, and then I do the burgundy on the left side. And yeah, just pay close attention to how I fill in these gaps on either side of the swirl with the color, because it's easy to mess up. You can mess it up. However, it's easy to fix as well. So try not to forget that. If you do mess it up, it's very easy to fix, okay? So when you're done curing your swirl, now you go in with your color and watch, pay close attention to how I push this up into the cuticle area. Watch how I'm holding my brush, how I turn it and have it on certain angles once I get up to that cuticle area. And then I'll start pulling down on the rest of it and kind of pushing that into place. See how I am pushing that up and then pulling on the rest? But I'm always using the edge of that to get it in between, to keep a barrier between the product and the cuticle. You see how I push that up into place, and now watch me pull the rest of that bead down into where it goes. Cleaning up around those side walls. Making sure I'm not getting any product on that swirl. You see what I mean? Now watch how I take my brush. You see that? There are ways for everything, guys. Okay? Everything. I'm just fixing that cuticle area, just making sure there's none on the skin. When I'm happy with this, I will cure it, and then we'll come in on the opposite side and put our burgundy there. Just making sure that that's filled in. Making sure it's nice and even, and then we'll put it in the lamp. Adding a little bit more to fill that in appropriately, because there's obviously still some gaps between the swirl and the color. So you want to make sure that this is built up enough, so that way when you come in and, you know, encapsulate, you're not gonna have any gaps between, you know, the color and the swirl. If you do, it's not a huge deal, because once you come in with your clear and encapsulate, you know, it will fill in the rest of that space. However, you know, this is my preferred method. I like to have my color built up, you know, to the point where I don't have to worry about that, and I could just cap thinly and move on. But I just love how polygel just, I don't know, the consistency and the way that it works, and I really like it a lot. So just making sure that this is nice and neat, and just pulling off any excess that I don't need. So after I've cured that, I'm gonna throw it in the lamp for 60 seconds or 30, and then I will come back and do the burgundy color. I just needed to clean up that swirl nicely before I started in with my next color. But even if you don't get this perfect, guys, when you come into file at the very end, you can. So remember that. So I'm going to go in and start pushing that next color up to the cuticle, making sure I get that nice and neat. So that way when I come in again with another bead, I already have this in place and it's nice and tucked. And all I have to worry about is just duplicating the first. So same idea as the other side, guys. Just making sure to stay nice and neat in and around those swirl lines. Making sure that our polygel is pushed all the way up to our cuticle without touching. And that's pretty much it. And then we'll file top coat. Do our damn thing, guys. So I want to leave you guys here because I want you to, pretty much watch the rest without my big mouth blabbing. But I do know that some of you guys like to hear me talk too, so that's cool. I really appreciate that. If you guys are new here and have not decided whether or not you're gonna subscribe, I really hope that you guys will. I would love to have you. Coming up at 1,000 subbies, guys, we're gonna be doing that really big giveaway, so you don't want to miss out on that. I'll be giving away lots of nail goodies, lots of brand new polygel and nail art and stickers and all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And who knows how quick it'll come. Maybe we'll get to 1,000 really, really fast. Maybe it'll take us another year. Who knows? Either way, we'll take as long as it takes. It doesn't matter. We've been growing since 2015 and we'll grow as long as we need to. So just taking another bead of that burgundy and pushing it up into place to make sure that that nail is as perfect as it can be. And that's it, guys. I love you guys all so much. I really hope that you'll subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be reminded every time I upload. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I really hope that you like Burano's mood changing, temperature changing polygel kit. I will leave the link for this product in the description index as always, where you can find your Burano kit as well. And yeah, give it a try, guys. And if you do, don't forget to tag me or let me know that you guys posted a video so I could head over and watch it. Other than that, please subscribe, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button and share if you don't mind. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. I've left some pictures in the end for you guys. I hope you all enjoy. This last nail is a full nail of this beautiful teal. So enjoy that one, guys. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.